welcome back, Penny Stock Billionaires. So we're launching the new stock today. Before I announce it, which we're going to do in a few minutes, the reason we're doing it early, I wanted to do it at 1 o'clock. The reason I'm doing it early is because the stock is starting to move. It's about to break out of some key levels. And you know, every time the stock breaks out of the moving averages, it breaks out, and you have the golden cross, the algo trigger, all the automated systems go crazy. So we're going to be announcing it very shortly. Before I do that, I do want to go through with you exactly kind of the criteria that we look for, like, so that you understand this is not like some, pump and dump. It's this and that. Yes, everything is paid content. You already know this, but all the stocks we feature, they're all, we select them based on a strict criteria that we explain in the book, the 10-bagger blueprint. I'm going to show you right now, real quick, in 2 minutes, what those criteria are. So everything has to meet 10 criteria before we feature that stock. Okay, why is that important? Because we want to have a guaranteed wins. We got to have guaranteed wins. So let me explain. Here is the philosophy for TikTok. Let me turn this around for the TikTok. TikTok, if you're watching, click the upvote button. So number one, we need things, we got to play for big stakes. The upside has to be at least a 10x to 100x upside. Realistically, at least a 10x minimum. And we got to have a clear runway to at least a 3x or 5x. Okay? So how many of our stocks become 10 baggers? No, not every one of our stocks becomes 10 baggers. Okay? I'm going to show you the real track record. In a minute, I'm going to show you the real track record. Okay? But we gotta have stocks where we can at least make, the upside has to be 10x. In other words, I'm looking for 10x. Worst case, it may be a 300 to 500%. Like, look, Seattle was 700%. Lottery was like a triple. We had a couple of triples. ADN was a triple. So let's go through real quick before we dive in. Okay, so what we look for is what I call the asymmetric bet. Okay, and everything, by the way, everything is in the book. 10-bagger blueprint. The link above. It's all here. It's all right here. I explain you the full system, but I'm going to give it to you real quick. So we're looking for at least a 10x to 100x, meaning I want an asymmetric setup. So in other words, for example, let's say the stock is $1. Well, you figure the risk is going to be 50%, right? So you could lose 50 cents, but your upside is $10, okay? You're risking 50 cents to make $10. That's what I call an asymmetric bet, okay? I mean, it's not what I call it. That's the word for it. Asymmetric bet. Okay, so Diego, you want to know what the new stock is? We're going to announce it in a minute. Be patient. Be patient. Okay, Big Cat, you made a lot of work. Hey, congratulations. Yeah, a lot of people. Okay, by the way, yes, some people make money. Some people lose money with our stocks. You know why? Because they don't get in at the ground floor. You got to get in at the ground floor, and we're going to be announcing very, very shortly. Do we know? Yeah, you got to know when to sell. And if you want to know when to sell, you got to get the book, 10-bagger blueprint, which explains when do you sell. Yes, I tell you when to sell. You got to read the book. It's in the book, The Secret. Okay, so here's what we're looking for. Number one, and by the way, we have 10 criteria. Right here is what happened? It's 5. 1, 2, 3. Okay, the numbers are screwed up. It's 5 criteria. The top 5. It's 10, but here is the top 5. Number one, we got to have something which is going after massive multi-billion-dollar market opportunity. Okay, massive multi-billion-dollar market opportunity. 2, it's got to be at a key inflection point. 3, you got to have multiple catalysts near term. We want stuff near. We got to have near-term catalysts. Okay, near term, not a year from now. We got to have stuff that's going to happen now. And how do you know what's going to happen now? The news flow. Okay, the news flow. We got to have the news flow. You're going to see it in a week if the company's for real. Okay, undervalued. We got to have what I call a built-in profit. This is absolutely important, okay? It's got to be at a deep value, okay? We only get involved in stocks where we have a built-in profit. Do you know what a built-in profit is? A built-in profit is when you're buying a stock and it's got more cash than the market cap, or you have a lot of cash and the thing is trading at like 10% of what its peer group is trading at. Okay, so for example, so I'll explain to you what that has to do with the current stock. So the new stock we're going to announce is sitting on a ton of cash, almost you're basically, when you buy the stock right now, you're basically getting like 90% of that is cash value. So it's got a ton of cash. It's a very unique thing. So this stock is an AI related company. A lot of people don't understand it. They really don't get it. We're going to have the CEO and he's going to explain the story. These guys are going after a massive multi-billion-dollar market. Okay. And there's multiple catalysts in place. It's a huge, huge market. They have major clients. Like these are not like small companies. They're going after like, Fortune 1000 companies, Fortune 5, massive companies. These are massive contracts they're going after, right? They're like the only game in town. And you're getting this thing for free. Why? Because it's trading at almost the amount of cash it has in the bank. So we're going to tell you in just a second. Farhan, chill out. We're going to announce it in a minute. In a minute, we got to get everybody. We got to get everybody hyped up. We got to get everybody hyped up. Okay, so undervalued is very important. And my favorite, the chart setup. We got to have a chart that is ready to explode right now, like literally right now, immediately. I only get involved with stocks which have a beautiful chart setup. What do I mean by that? Personally, I like a wide base. So I like things which have been de-risked. I want to have a wide double bottom base. I want to have a top that was maybe, 10 times higher. And I want to have it ready to break out right now above key moving averages, which is the 50 to 200 on the daily charts and also the intraday charts. And the stock we're going to introduce to you right now, okay? The stock we're going to introduce to you right now meets those criteria. So number one is this company is going after a massive multi-billion-dollar market. Massive. It's like, it's in the hundreds of billions. Number two, it's at the inflection point now. There's more and more contracts. There's a massive pipeline, and there's a couple of major catalysts that are coming up. Major catalysts, which nobody knows about. These are major catalysts coming up. Number three, it's deeply undervalued. Again, the stock is trading at near cash value. So if you buy it right now, you're basically getting like 90% of it as cash. And the chart setup. I'm going to show you the chart. Are you guys ready to see the chart? I'm going to show you the chart. It's ready to go to the moon. Okay. The new stock is ready. Manny, no, it's not. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Okay, should I give you the new stock? Hang on a second. Are you ready? TikTok, are you guys ready? Okay, by the way, do not put in, don't go like, market. Be very careful. Again, be very careful when you're trading these things. Don't, put in limits, don't get all crazy. Okay, so the new stock, hang on a second. I'm going to post it. I'm going to put it up the banner. I'm going to put up a banner. Hang on. I'm going to put up the banner. Are you guys ready? Who's ready? Okay. All right, TikTok. Click the upvote and hearts button to get the new stock. And if you're watching on YouTube, we want to get more eyeballs on the stock. I know you guys are selfish. You want to keep it for yourself, but click the upvote button. That's I think the thumbs up button. If you're watching on YouTube, push the thumbs up button. And if you're watching on Twitter, push the hearts button. Okay. Do me a favor. Listen, help me help you, okay? So click the, if you're watching on TikTok, the hearts button, thank you. Daniel B. Free, Soar Sports, Bank of Dad, Joseph Glazier. Okay, guys, if you're watching on YouTube, click the upvote button, the thumbs button, the like button, whatever it's called. And we're going to announce it right now. Okay, who's ready? Okay, guys, get ready to pull up the chart. I'm looking at Yahoo Finance. I'm going to be going to Yahoo Finance, which is where I'm going to be looking at it. So go to Yahoo. I'm going to show the chart. It's ready to move right now. It's ready to go. Okay, I'm going to show. Okay, it's going to show up on YouTube first. So you know what I'm going to do? Hang on a second. Okay, we got to do this. How do we do this? Okay, here we go. You ready? Boom, right there. The new stock is CXAI. CXAI We're going to be pulling up the chart. We're going to be pulling up the chart. And what you want to be looking at is that 15-minute, 30-minute chart ready to moon. Explosion. The explosion in CXAI. Massive, massive catalyst. This company is sitting on a ton of cash. They got like 9 million in cash. 9 million in cash. The market cap is like 10 million. You're basically getting this thing for free. You're getting this thing for free. I mean, I don't know how you can get a cheaper stock. And by the way, it's on the move. CXAI. That's right. That is our new banger. Hang on a second. Let me show you the charts. Here we go. Golden cross about to happen. 30-minute chart. Watch this, guys. Watch this. Check it out. Check it out. The charts don't lie. Here we go. Golden cross coming up on the 30-minute chart. CXAI. Golden cross coming up. Now, we already have a golden cross. By the way, we have a breakout. These are major algo buy signals right here. We got buy signals on the breakout 30-minute chart, 60-minute chart. Watch this. Golden cross right now on the 15-minute chart. You have a major buy signal. Again, it's about to kick in. It hasn't started yet. What you're seeing right now is just the early. This is like nothing. Once you have this, once you have a golden cross, how many times do we see these things going up? 99% of the time. You got a golden cross on the 15-minute chart. Watch this. Here's your stack of algo triggers. You have a golden cross coming up on the 30-minute chart. You have a golden cross. And we're about to break out on the 1-hour chart on the 60-minute. This is going to trigger the algos. And then you're going to have a golden cross coming up in a couple of days. So CXAI. I'm going to show you the daily charts. We have a wide base. Oh, hang on a second. Oh, shit. I didn't click the button. Sorry about that. Sorry, YouTube. Hang on. Shit. Yeah, you can't always get these things right. Okay, there we go. There we go. Boom. Hang on a second. What happened here? Okay. What happened to my thing? CXAI. Hang on a second. Where's my thing here? Oh, shit. Where did it go? Okay. CXAI is the new stock. We got it on the screen. Let me create the banner. I see. You can't do everything perfectly. Sorry about that. There we go. Oh, it was up there. There we go. It was. That's weird. You know this. Okay. There we go. All right. So what are we looking at? We are looking at massive breakout right now on the 60-minute charts. What does it mean? The algos are about to go off. The algos are going to go crazy. Now we got the daily chart. What am I looking at the daily chart? Now, is it a perfect chart? It's not a perfect chart. Most of our charts are not perfect. So TikTok, here, take a look at this. TikTok, watch, look at this. Previous high over $20 a share. Previous high, you know, it was like it was basically the opportunity. It was a busted what do you call it? SPAC, busted SPAC. It was a busted SPAC. That's what happened. Okay, but it hit $20, and then boom, it just collapsed. They had this company. Now they're doing $5 million in revenues. This thing should be trading at like at least 10x. It should be a 50 million market cap. The market cap is like 10 million right now, which is free. They got like 9 million in cash. Now you got this wide base. Now what happened in October microcap stocks really got hit in October, just like a lot of ours. Everything just kind of crashed in October. Everything crashed in October. That's right, CXAI. So it got a little bit of a sloppy. So we have a kind of like this it's kind of a sloppy bottom. But what you're going to see is going to happen is once we break out above these levels, above the 50 and the 200, then it's going to form the perfect moving average. So that's kind of the opportunity. It's not perfect. It's not, I don't want to tell you it's 100% perfect. You know, the opportunity is a lot of times when something is imperfect. And the opportunity is this thing is still only up. it's only up like 30%. So this is up. But and here's the good news: the stock hasn't been halted. Hello, we have not been halted. That's the big news. It hasn't been halted. So this is what I'm good. Guys, you are so lucky. Do you realize that every one of our stocks, the last 3-4 stocks, have all got halted for whatever reason? And the reason, you know why the reason that this thing has gotten halted? Because a lot of our audience, a lot of the people, they kind of, they were like, oh, we haven't had a banger in a few months. They forgot about it. They forgot everything. They forgot everything. All of a sudden, they're going to start waking up. That's why you guys are getting lucky. We're trading 4 million shares and what do you call it? And it hasn't been halted. It's only 55 cents. The thing is worth, like, literally right now, it should be trading at it should be like a 250 right now. I think we got a clear shot. We get a clear shot to 250. By the way, everything here is paid content. Yes, these are high risk stocks and you could lose all your money. So let me show you something. Oh, wait, hang on. Oh, I didn't get to the good part. I got distracted. And I forgot to tell you about our track record. Okay, so here's our track record, guys, okay? TikTok, 95% win rate, okay? Hang on, banner, put this up. Okay, our win rate is 95%. What does that mean? 95% of our stocks all go up once we launch them. On average, they at least have a 50% increase, at least. Now, how many of our stocks become 10 baggers? Increase 1,000%. How many? About 18%. Sometimes more, sometimes less. About 1 in 5 of our stocks will make you 10 times your money. 75% of our stocks double in the first 7 days. Now, these are basically, I should say, basically facts. Okay, so these are some of our 10 baggers. Cytodyne, 20x. By the way, it takes 6 months to make 10 times your money, okay? CloudMD, 500%. That's a failure. It only went up 500% in like 3 months. CBDT went up 5,000% in 4 months. Imagine AR, 1,700% in 6 months. Nextech, 1,300% in 6 months. Trip, 300% in 7 days. 300% in 7 days. Logic, 200% in like 3 months. Fans Unite, 1,100% in 6 months. This is wrong. This is actually a 2,000. This is an old slide. 2,000% increase. Peak FinTech, 2,000%. Visby also, this is an old slide. 1,700%. Visby. ESC, 1,200%. That's correct. And our daily, these are some old daily doubles. These are old ones. Stocks up 200%. And you guys are familiar with these. These are our recent ones. Lottery. This is just current stuff. I'm not doing this. A lot of you guys think, oh, this guy just started. No, I'm doing this for years, okay? Just because you found me on TikTok doesn't mean I'm not doing this 30 years, okay? This is the stuff that most of you guys are familiar with, okay? These are failed stocks, by the way. These are stocks we launched that did not become 10 baggers. Why did they not become 10 baggers? Well, a number of reasons. I'll explain to you. Anyway, lottery, they won. Actually, it was a 200%. They won 85% on Adatex. They won 200% or 300% in ADN a couple days. Worksport, 50% only first day. Hoff, 90% day one. Seattle Mobile, 700% in 5 days. Wellgistics doubled in 1 day. Rules for profits. Okay, very important. Very important. Here are the rules. Number 1, you got to get in early. Okay, get in early. Right now is early. Okay, under $1 is still early. You're getting in cheap. It's under 75 cents. You're getting in cheap. Okay, right here, stock is cheap. So you get in early. Do your research. Don't believe anything I say. Okay, the only person you can trust is, you know who the only person you can trust? Forget about the research. You can't even trust the filings. The only person you can trust is the moving averages. You buy a stock when it's breaking above the moving average and you sell below. Right now, the stock is breaking above the moving average. What else are we looking at? Manage your risk. Don't put all your money into one stock unless you're crazy. And we've had people do that and made a lot of money, but whatever. And know when to cut losses and when to get out, when to take profits. And if you want to know that, I explain that in my book, 10 Bagger Blueprint. Click the link above in the bio to get the book on Best investor. We're talking about CXAI is the stock. TikTok. CXAI is what we're talking about. Okay, let's go to the tape. Yeah, listen. By the way, Work, Sport, Hive, different stocks. You know, here's the reality. A lot of our stocks, some of our biggest winners go on to increase after we're no longer involved. Look at the Axon. Axon, we worked with them for like a month or something. We did like something very minor. And I'm not taking credit for it. But that stock, if you put $1,000 in that stock, it would be worth $1 million. It went from $1 to like $1,600. Axon. And we've had a whole bunch of other 100 baggers. Sometimes it takes a long time for these things to move. Oh, great question. Here we go. Miguel is up 8. Okay, let's go. Enough about the. Okay, let's go to the charts. Forget it. You guys don't want to look at me. You got to look at the charts. Remove. Add to stage. There we go. All right. So what are we looking at? We're looking at the daily chart where we got algo triggers coming up on CXAI. Hang on a second. CXAI. Do me a favor. If you're watching, put out on social media, on Twitter, CXAI breakout stocks. On StockTwits, CX $ breakout stocks. Okay, so what am I looking at? You are getting in early. We got a beautiful inverse head and shoulders happening right now. This is literally a ground floor opportunity. Look at this. The stock is up, but it's up 30%, but it's not halting, and it's not even breaking out of the daily. This is an inverse head and shoulders, major bullish setup, okay? This thing is ready to go to the fucking moon. Look at this. 15-minute chart. Sorry, I don't want to use bad language, so I apologize. This is a family-friendly show. Okay, we got a golden cross. This is a major buy signal, and it hasn't even kicked in yet. It hasn't kicked in, okay? This is a major algo trigger. Watch this. We got a golden cross coming up on the 30-minute chart. That is a major algo trigger coming up in the next 2 days. This is going to happen probably tomorrow at the close or Thursday. CXAI, Eddie Botello. Eddie, we're talking about CXAI, okay? Who are their clients? You know who the clients are? Warner Brothers, Comcast, Adobe. What do they do? You know what they do? I'll tell you what they really do. This is what you guys don't realize what they do. I'm going to tell you what they really do. Okay, I'll tell you what they really do. I'm going to tell you, forget about what they're telling you they do. I'm telling you what I think they really do. What they basically do is they do like spyware from, this is politically incorrect. There's a massive problem with getting people back to work to their office, especially if you're running a big company. You have 10,000 employees, you have 100,000. You're running Meta, you're running Facebook, you're running all these big companies. What do they want to do? They want to get people into the office. They want to know what they're doing in the office, where they're at in the office, where the space is being utilized, okay? Because these companies are paying billions of dollars, trillions of dollars for real estate. Do you know how much rent costs in Manhattan for Facebook? Facebook has an office. Google has an office in Manhattan. They're paying $100 a square foot, okay? That's for an office space. In San Francisco, they're paying $50, $100 a square foot for office space. They got office spaces globally. Now, what these guys want to know is who's coming into work, where they're at, what they're doing. And I think these guys have basically, now technically their software is to make it better, blah, 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 blah. But really what it does is it allows the boss to see where everybody is at any given time and what they're doing and how things are moving, the psychology of group interaction. That's the real deep level. They're not trying to spy on you. That's not what they're basically, part of it is what people are doing where physically at anywhere at any given time and how they're interacting. Because what the reality is this, why does everybody want to get people back to work? All these AI companies, The home work at home, that's done. Okay, that the reality is, all these AI guys, they want people in the office because human beings were social animals. We combine, you get ideas when you meet. It's all in-person stuff. They gotta, and it creates an energy. When you have all the people, the hunger, it creates an energy. That's the reality. It doesn't work at home. You got to have the energy. That's okay. So, So CXAI, we're moving up. Here's the incredible thing. This is the opportunity. Okay, the opportunity is this, guys. Here's the opportunity. The stock is up 30%, but we haven't even had the golden cross on the 30 and 60 minute. It's about to happen, but it's coming up. So you're getting the future in advance. I'm giving you a time machine. You understand what a time machine is? Do you guys understand what a time machine is? This is a time machine. This is a time machine. Okay, I told you about it in my book, 10 Bagger Blueprint. Okay, I told you about it. I think where's my target? $5 minimum. Supplements for losing fat. You know what? Supplements for losing fat. What do you sell stuff on? You sell stuff on Amazon or something? Where do you sell your stuff? What do you sell, like pills, or what do you sell? Multi-level marketing. All right, we'll give you a plug because you're a big follower of the channel. So supplements for losing fat. My target is $5. Is it going to happen today? No. I think it's going to go to $20 today. No, I'm kidding. I think the stock, I don't know where, I have no idea. My target is $5 a share. Okay, that's my target. Why? Based on the intrinsic value. By the way, we're going to have the CEO on. He's going to be telling you things which, well, I can't tell you certain things I know, which I've become aware of, okay? I can tell you that there's major catalysts coming up, major catalysts. This is not a guy playing for, by the way, the guy has a track record. Oh, I didn't put it on my thing. I didn't put it in my, but in the book, we look for the 100X CEO. You want a guy with a track record. This guy's got a 30-year track record. He's been with major companies. He's created billions of dollars in value. This is not like a wannabe guy. A lot of these penny stocks, whatever, these are guys who've never done anything. They're like with dreamers, especially in Canada. All these Canadian stocks, they're scammers, by the way. Everything in the Canadian Stock Exchange, CSC, the TSX, are all scammers. 90% of the stuff out there in Canada is frauds. They're a bunch of pump and dump guys who've never done anything in their life, and they're trying to pump a stock and hopefully, and sometimes it gets whatever. I talk about it in the book. It's called a fake it till you make it. This company's the real deal. This is a guy with almost a 30-year track record of creating billions of dollars in value. He's been at the ground floor of major tech trends, okay? This guy is the real deal. You know what I love about the stock right now? Let me tell you what I love about the stock right now. What I love about this is we're moving up steadily. It's not halted. We got big volume, and we have not even had the golden cross on the 30-minute charts. When that happens, that's when the algos are gonna go bananas. Okay. Look at this. Look at this. So you guys are getting in early. You got an opportunity. A lot of times, you guys go, oh, the stock has already doubled. Oh, you didn't get in. Oh, you didn't get in. You got nothing to complain about. You still, by the way, right now, there's still plenty of time to get in. Even if you get it at 60, 75 cents, there's plenty of upside. The big problem, I know we've had a big problem. Our last couple of launches, they doubled like immediately on very, and people didn't have a chance to get in, and they were complaining. You don't have that. You don't have that here. You got a major thing here. Next resistance level. Great question. This is what we're looking at. Resistance levels. We broke out on the 1 hour. We got a major buy signal right now. Hang on a second. Let me flip for TikTok. Buy signal. Okay. According to the 10 Bagger Blueprint. Now, here are the major resistance levels. This is where we need to break out of to get the moment. 4 hour. Why do I always have problems with that? The resistance is at 63 cents. Okay, you got no problem, still 63 cents. And then 88 cents. Let's call it 90 cents. let's call it 65 and 90, 65 and 90. You got clear sailing until 65 and 90. You got an inverse head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders. If we break out of 65, it goes to the moon. Okay, it goes to 90. Well, that's not the moon, but it could. But here's the thing: this is an inverse head and shoulders. This is telling you this thing wants to go higher. This is a very, very, very powerful setup. Hang on, let me zoom in. The chart is frozen. The chart is frozen. We're forming a consolidation here. We're forming a consolidation. You know what I think is going to happen? We consolidate until the close, and at the close, or tomorrow, it goes bananas. Why do I say that? Because am I saying it because I'm getting paid? No, I already got paid. I don't care. I'm telling you because I'm telling you I'm doing this a long time. I know how to recognize patterns. This is what happens every time. Stock goes up, it consolidates, and then breaks out. How do I know it's going to break out? Because I'm looking at the golden cross coming up on the 30-minute chart. You wouldn't have that pattern unless it was ready to break out. That type of thing only happens when a stock is ready to break out. Is it guaranteed? No, it's not guaranteed. I'm telling you what happens 90% of the time, though. This type of setup, you see the trajectory, 30-minute charts, trajectory, okay? It wants to do it, okay? It's like, it's unstoppable. It's a date with destiny. We got a date with destiny, and it breaks out. Now, watch this. You got your golden cross here. This one is coming up. So it's not done yet. It's not done. We're getting started. We're in the early stages. Early stages. Look at this. Look at this. Here we go. Here we go. Consolidation. By the way, this is the 1-hour chart. Golden cross on the 1-hour chart is next. My short-term target is meaning like 1 week. By the way, it takes 6 months for these things to become 10 baggers, just so you guys know. Although we've had it happen in 4 months. The 4-hour chart came back. Okay, 4-hour chart is back. Okay, so what are we looking at? Here we go. Here we go. Okay, so wait. Okay, so what are we looking at? We're looking at an inverse head and shoulders, very bullish chart pattern. And this is the 4-hour chart. That's a big deal, okay? It's a big deal. You have a breakout above the 50 moving average on the 1-hour charts. That's a big deal, okay? That's a buy signal. The algos are about to go off. They haven't started yet. The algos are getting started. How much volume is there? Hang on a second. 16 million shares. We got 16 million shares. You know what that means? That means the algos are going off. And you know what I like about this? What I like about this is that people are still able to get in, and it's not halted, and we're in the early stages. Very, very powerful. You know what this reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of Seattle. Seattle, ADN and Seattle, those stocks, it took them like 3 days to triple. Okay, so what do we got coming up? We have on the daily charts, where's my short-term target? Where is my short-term target? Based on the daily charts, I think we have pretty much, we have a shot to clear sailing. I'm looking for at least, I would say, hang on, so where's the level I was looking at here? I would say $1.50 short term. Okay, $1.50 short term, meaning like a week. I think this could be $1.50 short term, and then it consolidates. It has to break out of that $1.50 level, $2 level, and from there it could go. So I would, excuse me, no, really, it's $1.50 to $2.50 is my short-term target. $1.50 to $2.50, meaning we're talking CXAI, Manny. CXAI is what we are talking about. CXAI. So CX, Charlie, X-ray, Andy, India. Let's take a look. Everybody's always complaining about something. Either they're complaining, oh, the stock got halted, I wasn't able to get in. Oh, I had a market order and I got filled after already doubled, or this or that. Now they're complaining, oh, the stock is only up, 30%, and it's traded 16 million shares. This is actually very bullish, by the way. It's actually bullish that the fact that this thing is liquid and it's, that's the bullish thing. That's the positive thing. The positive thing is that we haven't gone to the moon yet, and it's up 30%. That's the positive thing. All right, so let's take a look here. 30-minute charts. Golden cross setting up. We got a golden cross setting up. We got a pennant forming on the 15-minute chart. Very nice setup. Very nice setup on the 15-minute charts with a golden cross. How about the 5-minute? 5-minute charts, we have a pennant forming. It got a little bit sloppy on the downside, but it's one of these things where it bounces back. So we got a golden cross everywhere, actually. We got major algo triggers. Major, bigly algo triggers. 5-minute chart is ready to ramp, by the way. This is the comment of the day. This is the comment of the day. Hang on a second. I know I shouldn't trust you in these penny stocks, but you seem honest, and I wonder if you are. I don't even know what that means. You shouldn't trust the penny stocks. No, you shouldn't trust any stock. Really. I don't know what you can't trust. The only person you can trust is the moving average. You buy a stock when it breaks above the moving average, and you sell it when it breaks below. That's the only person you can trust. Okay, that's the only person. And you got to get the book, 10-Bagger Blueprint, that explains how this works. It's ramping. The ramp has started, guys. CXAI, we're looking at the intraday now. We're looking at the 2-minute, the degenerate chart. The 2-minute, that's like, the 2-minute is ready to pop, by the way. The 2-minute, and then translates into the 5 and 50, that's how it goes in. CXAI. Major signals coming up here. Okay, hang on a second. Yeah, by the way, the revenues are exploding, okay? You're getting yeah, CXCI does look like Seattle early on. You know what? You're right, Arfa. It actually does look, all our stocks, they all, most of our stocks, they got one thing in common. I look for a very similar type of chart setup. I like things that have been beaten down and they've been de-risked. It's what I call de-risked. What does that mean? It means people have given up on a stock. People have given up on a stock right when it's ready to explode. Right when it's ready to explode, people give up on a stock. And that's when the moment of opportunity is. That's when the moment of opportunity is. Right when everybody's ready to get, right when everybody gives up. I talk about it in my book. I got a whole chapter on it. I mean, it's a textbook, literally. I'm very consistent. I really am very consistent. By the way, we got the video course. My WAP is not working, so we got to have a video course. But anyway, this book was written 3 years ago, and everything is true today. It's unbelievable. Yeah, we look for things where everybody gives up. Everybody's given up. But meanwhile, all of a sudden, after because everybody gets excited about a stock when it first comes out. Oh, it's going to the moon. It's be $1 trillion unicorn. But they don't realize it takes a while for it to go. It takes a while for it to go. By the time it goes, most people give up. Most investors give up by the time a stock is ready to move, which is what's happening right now with this guy. All right, rules for profits. I explained to you. This is what we're talking about here on in my book, 10-Bagger Blueprint. Get in early. Okay, you got to be in early. Don't chase a stock after it's already up 500%. By then it's too late. You got to be in early. You got to be in the early stage. By the way, this thing is still early. I know it looks like it's up. It's early. Unless the stock is $1, it's cheap. Now, here's the reality. Very important slide. This is the problem. Again, our goal is stocks. Okay, I look for stocks that become 10 baggers. That's why I wrote the book. Okay, how many of our stocks become 10 baggers? Not everyone. This is what everybody thinks. Here's the reality. What everybody thinks is it's a smooth road to the moon. Okay, you just get on your bicycle and it's moon, right? Here's the reality. You get on your bicycle, boom, you go into a pit. And then you get this thing, boom, then there's water, then there's snow, then you get to the moon, Okay? That's the reality, okay? All our 10 baggers, that's how they all work, okay? That's how they all work. And by the way, if you're just joining, these are all our winners, one after another. Look, I got charts. I can go on for days. I'm not even stopped, right? How many charts is that? I got dozens and dozens of charts, okay? Here's the track record. I can go through dozens of charts. 95% of our stocks are winners. 95%, which means at least a 50% increase, at least. On average, they double. 75% double in the first week, okay? Which means that this guy, CXAI, is still in the early stages. Number two, 18% of them become 10 baggers. So not every one of our stocks becomes a 10 bagger. Yes, that is my goal. Yes, I look for stocks which can become 10 baggers. How many become 10 baggers? 1 in 6. It's about 1 in 6. That's the reality. Most of these stocks, they kind of run out of steam after they double or triple, or they go up 500%. I mean, we've had plenty of stocks, that failed after they doubled. Okay, that's our. By the way, just our official title for when we launch a new stock, it's called our next super stock. That's right, the next super stock. So our next super stock is CXAI. CXAI. B. Soran saying that 3 months of pay membership with WGRX Worksport. You said you buy the stock, and I bought. Oh, I never said buy. Okay, just to be clear, I never give buy sell advice. We do not tell people to buy or sell any stock. That's not our business. We're not in the investment recommendation business. We tell you a setup. We tell you when something is ready to pop, when you have a breakout. What you do when you buy and sell is your decision. It's your decision. All right? So, by the way, just so you know, okay, let me go through this again because I love going through this. This is a small list. This is a small list of our bangers. Stocks that, increase. Look at this. This is my charts, my case studies. I have maybe hundreds of these. These are just. Well, no. Let me do this slowly. These are 10. I'm going to start off with the 10 baggers. 10 baggers plus. These are, by the way, those became 10 baggers. Those are not updated. Daily doubles, and you've seen these guys, right? You've seen these. These are all doubles, triples, 700%. Okay. Anyway. That's the way it works. That's the way it works, my friends. CXAI, is it going to go to the moon? What is going on right now? Where are we? 20 million shares. We got 20 million shares, which is 40 times the normal volume. 40 times the normal volume. You know what's going on? The algos are basically it's kind of like you got low lives basically flipping this for pennies. Like there's guys who are trading this in and out to make a nickel or a penny. That's what's going on. It's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Anyway, this is what's going on here. Hang on a second. Let's pull up the chart. Buru. I don't know anything about Buru. By the way, work sport. Somebody was talking about work sport. I love work sport. I think work sport could be one of our biggest winners ever. Somebody mentioned selling work sport to buy this stock. I wouldn't do that. That's always a mistake. That's always a mistake, actually. Always. Hang on a second. By the way, we do have, look at this. You got a golden cross that just happened on work sport, ready to go to the moon. It's having a normal pullback because it basically went up 50% in the last 2 weeks. Okay, I think WorkSport is going to potentially could be a $20 to $40 stock. It's pulling back. I think it could pull back to 270 though. To be honest with you, I think we're at the support. By the way, WorkSport guys, just so you know, WorkSport. I got the chart up here. This is your key support. WorkSport chart we're looking at on the screen right now on YouTube, bouncing off support. Let me let the billionaires know. I'm going to send out a telegram. All right, penny stock billionaires, WorkSport bouncing off the key support, 15-minute charts, bouncing off the 200 moving average, 270. I think we did touch that 275 on the 200 moving average, right at the moon. Very bullish on WorkSport. And yes, we have launched CXAI. All right, hang on a second. Got to plug in my computer. Okay, anyway, let's go back to CXAI. Yeah, WorkSport. I love WorkSport. I think WorkSport has all the key ingredients to be our 10 bagger, WKSP. But today we're talking about the new banger because all you guys have no patience. You have no patience. You want immediate gratification. You want action. And we're giving you action. So don't complain. Are you not entertained? The 15-minute chart is ready to take off like a rocket. It's ready to take off like a rocket. I'm looking at the 15-minute chart. We got the flippers out. I think it's ready to go now. Meaning I think we're ready to go to the moon. By the way, do you realize, guys, a bunch of our recent launches, I'm trying to think of the last couple of launches, you know what happened was? Right after we launched the stock, like it didn't do anything for like an hour. It did nothing for an hour, and everybody gave up, and then it doubled. I'm talking about who did that? Who did that? ADN did that. Wellgistics did that. I think who else did that? Aditex did that. Oh, that's right. ADTX. ADTX. By the way, why did Aditex fail? You know why it failed? No news flow. No news flow. You got to have news flow. Now, and if you look, these guys deliver a news flow. So take a look at this. Okay, look at this. They got news coming out like every week. And this is all positive cadence. It's all positive, serious cadence. It's the real deal. It's the real deal. So this, I believe, it's an opportunity. This, by the way, this thing, a lot of this is following exactly. This is following exactly what happened with our last couple of bangers that doubled or tripled. They popped. They had a pop, and then everybody was like, "Oh, it's done. That's it. It's done." It went up 20%. I'm out. Oh, that's it. It's over. It's a pump and dump. It's over. And then after they get out, that's when the stock explodes later in the afternoon. So we just launched. What time did we launch? We launched 40 minutes ago. We're not even an hour into this. We're not even an hour in. What that tells me is the big action is going to happen at the close. The big action is going to be at the close. Why do I say that? Because that's what happened the last couple of times. Why? I don't know. I don't know why these things happen. Hang on a second. By the way, if you're watching, do me a favor. Click the upvote button or the hearts button on what do you call it? On TikTok. Click the hearts button or a thumbs up if you're watching on YouTube, so we get more eyeballs on the stock. Gaslight says, "Bro, stop selling." I'm not selling. I don't own any. I've never owned the stock. I don't buy the stocks. I don't trade. I can't trade in the stocks that I'm promoting. It doesn't. You can't really do that. It's borderline illegal. So I try to be as compliant as possible with the U.S. securities law regulations. The Canadian regulations, not so much, because Canada's a failed state and they're all corrupt. No, I'm kidding. It's a joke. It's a joke. U.S. for sure. There we go. Let's pull this up. There we go. Let me make oh, we're pulling back a little bit. Oh my God, it's all over. Oh, it's all over. It's a scam. We got big support right here. We got the big support coming in right over here, which is where the buying happens. The buying is about to kick in. How do I know that? How do I know that? Because I'm looking at the charts. I'm looking at the 2-minute charts. I'm looking at the 2-minute charts. I'm looking at the 50 moving average. The 50 moving average. And hang on a second. 50 moving average. I think this is a fake out. They're trying to run the stops. They're trying to run the stops. They're trying to shake you guys out. They're trying to shake you out is what they're trying to do. I think that's what they're doing. They're trying to shake you out. I think once it hits, I think once we hit like 45, then it takes off. They got to shake everybody out. That's what they're doing. Who's they? Who's they? The algos. Now there's going to be a short squeeze. There's going to be a big short squeeze now. Watch this. Watch this. What's going to happen is you got a bunch. Okay, so what happens is this. You got a bunch of day traders and algos that just went short the stock because it popped. So they figure they're going to fade it. So they shorted the stock. They have to cover in 3 hours. They got to cover by the end of the close. What they don't realize is that there's a couple of more triggers coming up, which are going to move the stock. So the big move is about to happen. I think a lot of them are starting to load up. They shorted the stock. People panicked, and now they're going to load up and they're ride it high. This reminds me exactly of what happened with our last couple of things. They exploded. They pulled back to the open, and then they go higher. Why does it happen? I don't know. I don't know. It just seems to happen. Comment below if that's happened to you. There we go. All right. 1 o'clock Eastern time right now. Yep. By the way, here, look at this. We got support right at that 200 moving average. This is a good place to get in. I like to get into stocks right at key support levels or when they're bouncing. So, I mean, I would have actually, now I'm a little bit more of a risk. It's already bouncing. I'm a bit of a risk taker. I like to, so I would have bought the 48 cents, which is right where the 50 moving average is on the 2-minute chart. But really looks like 44 cents was the number. So I think it's going to bounce from here. Watch this. So get ready for the bounce. 5-minute charts. 5-minute charts. Shakeout. It's a shakeout. Woo, look at this. They're driving this thing down. Vicious. It's vicious. Here's what I know. Almost all our stocks recover. They do this. They do the same thing, and then they run right into the close. That's what goes on. I think what it is. What I think it is. I think there's a lot of degenerates who basically they buy the thing as soon as it comes out. They take quick profits, and they just do it over. They run it like a washing machine. They cycle through this like a million times. I think that's what they're doing. It's kind of hilarious. Why they do that, I don't know. Hang on a second. We're going to send out some tweets. We got tweets to send out. There we go. Okay. There we go. The tweets are going out. The tweets are going out. Do me a favor, if you guys are watching on X or Stock Twits, just retweet CXAI breakout stocks, $sign and then hashtag. Why? Because that also drives the algos. We want to rig the system. That's what we want to do. Because the system is rigged. You understand this? The system is rigged. So you got to do, you got to do your part. The system is rigged against the retail trader. So the retail trader needs to turn the tables and rig the system against the automated trading systems. Okay, we got right now on the 2-minute chart, it looks like we have an upside reversal happening now. Upside reversal happening now. There we go. Walmart greeter. Yes, if you are watching, go on TikTok. Go on Twitter, Stock Twits, and type in $, CXAI hashtag breakout, breaking out, breakout stocks, whatever, and whatever. They love that stuff. We're talking CXAI. Okay, so what are we looking at? We're looking at a 2-minute chart. What I want to see on the 2-minute chart is, again, we want to see a couple of bars closing above 47 cents, 46, 47. Those are the magic numbers. We got to get above 46. We got to get a couple of bars, 46, 47, to create an upside reversal. Okay, that's what we need for the upside reversal. And by the way, in the 30-minute chart, which we're looking at right now on YouTube, it's a beautiful chart set. But look what happened. Look what happened. We had this breakout. Okay, look at this. Textbook. Breakout, right? So we announced the stock here, 47 cents. It runs to 60 cents. What was the high today? 60 cents so far. We hit 60. Wow, these guys are like, really, they're not willing to hold on. They dump it. We touched the support, and the support on the 200 on the 50 has held. And we have a golden cross. It's about to come up. We've got a golden cross coming up where the 50 goes above the 200. When does that happen? I think it happens. It's not going to happen today. I think it happens tomorrow. Brody, we're talking about CXAI. Vato loco. No, it wasn't up 30%. It was up 10%. Please. Please. It was up 10%. 10%. Come on. Why is everybody like, everybody's all like, nobody, no, it's like they don't want to give you any credit here. They don't want to give you any credit. They're like, everything has to be like, okay. So where are we now? Let's zoom in on the 2-minute chart. Upside reversal. It looks like an upside reversal is forming right now on the chart. Okay, I'm going to put this out. Penny stock billionaires. We got an upside reversal happening now in the 2-minute charts. Take a look. Let's see if this happens. We want to see confirmation at 47 cents is confirmation. Hang on, I got to send out a chart. Got to send out the chart. Beautiful setup. When this thing runs, it runs bigly. When I say bigly, I mean bigly. Okay, hang on a second. I got to send out this chart to our penny stock billionaires. $0.48 is the confirmation. Come on. Okay. Oh, shit. I'm trying to send out this telegram. There we go. Okay, there we go. Upside happening right now. Right now. CXAI. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. We just put out the telegram. I'm going to show you what I sent out. Upside reversal pattern. Hang on a second. Now, am I right? We're gonna know. We're gonna know like in 5 minutes. We're gonna know. You're not gonna have to wait long. You'll see if I'm right or wrong in 5 minutes, because either goes to 48 cents and starts moving up, or it stays down. And when I say stay down, I don't think it's going down. Meaning, I don't see this thing dropping. I think the floor is in. The question is, the only question I have is how bigly in a huge move. Samson's print shop. These guys are funny. These guys are funny. The haters are out in full force. All right, so what I'm looking at is this pattern right here. It's your classic upside reversal pattern. Okay, this is an upside reversal pattern. Now, what I'm looking, by the way, the 3-minute chart. That's like the degenerate chart, 3 minutes. What you want to see is the confirmation, meaning up here, but really I would say above the 50 moving average, 48 cents. I want to see 48 cents. That's the confirmation. That is your confirmation. So we're going to hang out. It looks like it's building a base. It's 1 o'clock. Oh, people are they're just getting into the office now. I mean, they're going, just lunchtime is now. People are just opening my email now. They're opening the email now. You're going to have a lunchtime run. It's only 1:12. You know what that means? 1:12. $1.12 means people are just waking up. We launched this an hour ago. Listen, when you launch a rocket into space, it doesn't go to the moon immediately. It doesn't go to the moon immediately. Do you realize it actually takes a while for that thing to break out of like orbit? And it's, I mean, you think it happens immediately. No, it actually takes like, if you ever watch one of these like rocket launches or whatever, the space shuttle, I think it's a couple of minutes. Let's ask ChatGPT how long it takes the thing to go into orbit. It takes a while, and then it takes a while to go to the moon. So we're still, it's in the first, T minus, T plus, whatever. Orbit, to reach orbit. How long for space shuttle to reach orbit? I'm trying to ask ChatGPT. It's not. Oh, 8.5 minutes for a rocket. It takes 8.5 minutes from the time a rocket launches, or space shuttle. I mean, maybe there's other ones. It takes 8.5 minutes. Okay, so when we launch a new stock, they go. It takes a few hours to reach orbit, and by orbit I mean a double. I'm not going to be happy unless we get at least a double in this today. Honestly, I'm not going to be happy. We're moving up, by the way. We got a breakout happening now, just in time for lunch hour. This is like free money here. We got free money. People are not even picking it up. Why? Because I don't know. We got the upside happening, like I told you what happened. Now we're going to see if we hit 48 cents. That's going to be your confirmation. I believe it is, because you got the upside reversal signal. We're at 46.6. We're a penny and a half away. For all the haters watching, attention to haters, we're going to know if I'm right or wrong in the next few minutes. We're going to know if I'm right or you're wrong, basically. CXAI is what we're talking about. Berg, I agree. I do agree. I think a lot of people got damaged with ADNH. Frankly, ADNH I think really damaged us, to be honest, because that was it had everything ready to go. The news came out. We had a news release, and the Nasdaq delisted the day they have this great news release because of a stockholders' equity and accounting thing. Some total bullshit. I think Nasdaq really did a major disservice to investors. Honestly, I think Nasdaq is guilty of. I think Nasdaq did a major disservice. They really did. They should be sued. What is considered penny stock? Technically, anything under $5 is considered a penny stock. Technically, by securities law, SEC definition, under $5, it's referred to as a penny stock. But really, under $1 is really a penny stock because it trades in the pennies. Anyway, we're at 46.5 cents. Stock wants to go higher. And the haters are going to know in a few minutes. Is the $1 trillion man correct? Is the $1 trillion man have another winner? Is the $1 trillion man going to have another winner? I don't know why I have so many haters. I don't understand it. I'm just, trying to help you guys make money. And I mean, obviously this is paid content, we're getting paid for this, but I only take on companies which meet 10 criteria that could be winners. So why do we have so many haters? Why do we have so many haters when I have a track record going back decades of introducing stocks that go 1,000% or more? Yes, we've had losers. Yes, we've had stocks that double or triple and they crash afterwards. Who cares? What matters is the people who make the money when it's going up. I don't know why there's so many haters. I mean, I don't know. Is it normal that everybody have haters or just me? Maybe I'm paranoid. Anyway, by the way, WorkSport, we got WorkSport on the screen here, WKSP, buy signal coming in right now. Somebody's asking about news. News. Oh, we haven't heard that one in a while. Dial market. Yes, we actually will have some news on that, like literally a couple of days. It's been because look, what happened is the Canadian Securities Exchange, Canada is a third world shithole country. Let me repeat, they're run by criminals and fraudsters. The CSC, the TSX, the Canadian exchanges are run by literally criminals. Their chairman, Tom Caldwell, is a criminal. He ripped off and he stole millions of dollars from his investors. He was fined by the Ontario Securities Commission for basically stealing money from his investors. Technically what he did was he directed trades to his own brokerage firm so he gets the commissions. In other words, he's already getting percent, but he's got to. So Tom Caldwell is a crook, and that's the chairman of the exchange. The chairman of the Canadian Securities Exchange, is a crook. He's like the Bernie Madoff of Canada. He literally is. The Caldwell crime family is what I call him. And Mark Faulkner, that's the so-called regulator. He's a fraudster. He's a failed motorcycle cop. He's a guy that wanted to be a motorcycle cop. They wouldn't let him in because, I don't know, some bestiality thing or something. And we have a documented him committing multiple acts of fraud for his boyfriend. That's right, Mark Faulkner. The Canadian Securities Exchange is a fraudster, and that's why they halted the stock because he was doing a favor for his boyfriend. That's right, Mark Faulkner, fraud at the Canadian Securities Exchange. That's why I'm not getting involved in these Canadian stocks anymore. They're just all scammers. Anyway, CXAI, what's going on the charts? The breakout attempt looks like right now it is struggling to break out of 48 cents. It wants to go high. You can see the bias is towards the upside. It's channeling towards the upside, but it's like a little. Oh, there we go. There we go. It looks like just when I say it's the channeling towards the upside, but it's getting it's getting a it's why is it having a hard time? I don't know. It's the way it is. If it was easy, listen. If all these things were easy, if everything went to the moon immediately, you guys would all be billionaires. Buonasera, buona serata, Carmelo Vitale. Tutto posto? Ok, Carmelo, this is il prossimo dice Sacca. Il prossimo dice Sacca. Am I saying that correctly? Our next 10 bagger. CXAI. CXAI. Questo stock, il prossimo dice Sacca. 47 cents. Here we go, guys. Here we go. 47 is going to 48 is the magic number. 48, bravo. 48 is the magic number, which is 4-8, right? 4, how do you say 15, 8, 8? How do you say 48? 8, 15, 15, 8. I gotta get back there. I gotta practice. When do I think WorkSport will break 350? Very soon. Very, very soon. 46. Okay, so what's going on? We're looking at the chart. It's up on the screen. We got the day trader degenerate 5-minute chart. We got to bounce off support, but it's got to get above 48 cents. When is that going to happen? I believe it's going to happen at the close. It's going to happen at the close. It's not going to happen now. Why? I don't know why. Wow, look at the crazy, wild action. Wild action. This chart is absolutely insane. I mean, really, the chart is insane. Crazy. I mean, this intraday action is crazy. All right. Anyway, look. Bottom line is this. What are we? We're up. Look, we were up a little bit. We're up a little bit. It's gotta breathe, and then it makes the run. That's what's going to happen. We have a golden cross coming up on the 30-minute chart. We got a golden cross on the 60-minute chart. 48 es el mágico número. D'accordo. 48. CEO interview is Thursday. I think Thursday we're going to do it. Thursday is the live stream with the CEO. It looks like it wants. Okay, I mean, it's like it's in the so much action here, but 48 cents. 48. That's the magic number. We got to break above 48 to keep the ball in play, or actually to push the ball further, I should say. What do we got? 17 million shares. Somebody's asking about CHAI. CHAI. Former client. CHAI. I haven't looked at that in a long time, to be honest. Let me look at it. It looks like it's making a comeback. Look, what happened is this. The opportunity is this. All these stocks, all the micro caps got whacked in October. October, November, all the micro caps got whacked. And that's funny. CXAI. CXAI. Green hammer on the 15-minute chart. here we go. It looks like it's ready to go. Looks like it's ready to go. 40. We're almost at 47 cents. We're very close to the tipping point. Look at that 3-minute chart that we have up on YouTube. It's ticking up, ticking up, ticking up, ticking up. After the sell-off, it's ticking up, but it's got to break 48. 25 million shares. Did we trade 25 million shares? Where are you getting that number? 25 million. Caramelo Vitale, CXAI, CXAI. Okay, let's look at the long-term charts, and then I gotta hop. I gotta leave in about 5 minutes. All right, so I got the 4-hour chart up on the screen, here is what we are looking at. This is the short-term action. Hang on a second. Okay. The chart went crazy. Okay. It's not cooperating. I don't know why I stick with this Yahoo charts. I'm just creature of habit. Okay, what is going on? We got an inverse head and shoulders bottom on the 1-hour and the 4-hour charts. Inverse head and shoulders bottom. Okay, inverse head and shoulders bottom. Breakout above the 50 and the 200. It's a big deal. It's the 1-hour chart. And look at this. We broke out, algo trigger, and for whatever reason, it pulls back. It pulls back. Why? I don't know why. A lot of our stocks, for some reason, you know what happened? I do know the reason why. I know what the reason is. The reason is a lot of like traders, a lot of day traders follow us, and what they do is they see a stock run up, and then they figure, oh, okay, it's gonna be a sell off, it blah 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 blah. So what they do is they short the stock, right? It gets pushed down, but then they have to cover. They got to cover at the close. So what happens? Oh, and then that triggers the next algos. So what these guys do is, so what's going to happen is in the next hour or two, you're going to see this thing run. Why? Because these guys are going to have to cover their short position, and then all the fundamental. It's a self-fulfilling thing. I'm betting that this thing closes at 60 cents today. My bet is we close 60 cents. No, I'm sorry. I'm going to make a bet. 65 cents. That's my bet. 65 cents. I bet we close 65 cents. CXAI, user gone viral. CXAI is what we're talking about. Why do I think it's going to be 65 cents close? Because the shorts have to cover at the close, and there's major positive fundamentals. There's a lot of news flow. There's a lot of catalysts coming up. And also the chart, that's what it's telling us. Anyway, we got the 1-hour chart up here. Let me show you the 4-hour chart. Also inverse head and shoulders. We have, we need this, okay, the buy signal, in order to keep the buy on the algos, it really needs to stay in the 50s. It's got to be in the 50s. That's where you have confirmation. You have confirmation at, well, no, actually 55 on the 1-hour and the 4-hour. We want to see this thing at 55 cents on the 1-hour and the 4-hour charts for the confirmation for the algos. I believe it's going to happen. I believe we close between 55 and 65 today. I said 65, but I'm going to give myself a little room. I'm saying 55 to 65 is going to be the close today. And then it could run from there because, again, all our big winners, here we go, 47 cents. It's happening, 47. Let's go. 48 is the magic number. Remember I told you, 48 is the magic number. Do we break 48? Let's go. 47. Here we go. Oh, let's go. 47 and a half. Look at this. This thing is trading in mini increments. 47 and a half. We got, let's take a look. Let's look at the 2-minute chart, the degenerate chart. It's got to break above 48. It's got to break 48. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Whoa, 5-minute charts. Oh, I missed this. The 5-minute chart, we have a breakout. Yeah, we got a breakout on the 5-minute chart. And we're ramping. This is what's happening. No, this is exactly what's going on. I actually missed this. How did I miss this? It's been going on for 20 minutes. I don't know. I'm going to take credit for it anyway. We got a breakout on the 5-minute charts. Guys, remember, it starts, everything starts micro, then it goes macro. It starts in the 2-minute, 5-minute charts, then it goes to the 15, 30, 60 daily. By the time it shows up on the daily, it's already up, double. Here we go. Breakout on the 5-minute. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Okay, somebody needs to show me how to use StreamYard to stream to TikTok because I can't do this thing with the phone. Okay, we got CXAI. We got a breakout on the 5-minute chart above the moving 50 moving. Look, we tested the support. We tested 200 support. Okay, this was your buy signal right here. We tested the support, bounced, and we're above the 50 moving average on the 5-minute chart. Now, the question is, how is that going to translate to the 15? So we have a golden cross. There's your buy signal. I mean, you got a buy signal on the 15-minute chart. That's not a question. That's not up for dispute. You got your 3-minute chart, which is unusual to see the 3-minute below the 5-minute. But I'm waiting for this. I'm waiting for a breakout on the 3-minute, which is 48 cents. I'm waiting for this 48-cent number. And I think it's going to happen like any minute. And when it happens, I think that's going to move it. I think the 3-minute chart is what's going to move it, not the 5-minute. It's going to be the 3-minute. And we're almost there. CXAI. CXAI. Should you sell at the close? We don't give buy-sell advice. If you want to know when to sell, I wrote an excellent book. It's called 10 Bagger Blueprint. The link above in the bio. And in the book, I tell you when to sell. When do you sell? When a stock breaks below the moving averages on the dailies after a run, or if they don't deliver news flow. So we're going to know in the first 2 weeks if it's for real. How do we know if it's for real? If the company has news, okay. If I'm expecting some serious news in the next week or two. If they don't have that news, it means maybe it's not going to work. The only time we ever have a failure is when a stock fails to put out news every week. That's the only time. That's why Aditex failed. And I don't know. I was doing everything I could to help them out with news. User gone viral. What could we expect? Yeah, I got everything. I got a whole chapter in the book. By the way, we have a video course. But it's not working on WAP because I don't know, the communists. We have the video course basically. But yeah, we have charts in the book. The book is, I'll tell you what, the book is going to give you the It's going to tell you everything. This is the book. I got moving averages, charts, the book. 47.5 cents. Come on, let's go. We're at the breakout on the 3-minute chart. It's bumping up on the 50 moving average, and it's having a hard time breaking out. You know what that means? That means that when it does break out, it's going to be like a volcano. It's going to be like Pompeii. It's going to be like Pompeii. All right, it's going to be exploding like where's Carmelo? Carmelo. This is going to be like Pompeii. Stesso explosion, like Pompeii. Do you have a safe percentage to cash out on? I don't know what that means. What is your question? What is the question? 48. Here we go. 48. Here we go. Breakout happening literally as we speak. The magic is happening. The magic. Boom. Here we go. Here we go. We got the breakout. Okay, this is what I was waiting for. Breakout above the 50 moving average. Okay, it might pull back a little bit, but that's it. It's on. It's on like Donkey Kong. 48. Okay, here comes phase 2. We saw phase 1 into the close. The ramp into the close is happening now. Oh, 49. Okay, here we go. I told you this would happen. Haters. What did I tell you what happened? The haters always. Here we go. Here we go. 49. Let's go. Let's go. Double nickel. 55 cents is the magic number. Watch this, guys. 3-minute chart. Breakout. Action. Action alert. You're getting an action alert. Action alert. You're getting it right here, real time. I haven't tweeted. I'm gonna put out the tweet right now. Let's see if we run. Okay. It's happening. I told you this would happen. Well, I didn't say would. I said very high likely, but it's happening literally as we speak. Okay. 55 cents, our next number, 55. That's the trigger. 55 takes us to $1. We hit 55, we're going to $1. Okay, not guaranteed. Money not back, guaranteed. Here we go, 48, 49, 48, 49. CXAI, okay, we got to put out the tweets. We got to put the tweets out. Oh, shit, this thing looks like it's ready to move. Philip Anderson, yes, Ciara, CHI, it did explode. It went up 700%. The question is, where were you? Did you get in at the ground floor? Did you get in at the ground floor? Look, it takes me a while to do these tweets. It's not easy doing these tweets. You know, these tweets take time. By the way, we're gonna have another banger coming up very soon, also. Maybe in a few weeks. Let's go. How much volume do we have? I'm not looking at it. Philip Anderson, you kept quiet about the Israeli government connection. There's no Israeli government connection. The company is based in Israel. I don't know, maybe you have a problem with that. You know, the most successful companies are based in Israel for some reason. I don't know, if you want to make money, you might want to jump on the trend. But their operations are actually in Asia. It's Israeli and Hong Kong. It's a real weird combination. That's right. That is CHAI. We're talking about CHAI. CXAI, though, is American company. I think the CEO is like Pakistani or something. So maybe there's another conspiracy theory. Let's see here. What is going on here? 48 cents. Wow. Wow. This chart looks like I mean, literally a rocket about to go into space. I have never seen a better looking chart than what I'm going to show you right now. This 3-minute chart looks so good. Here we go. Boom. Okay. Ola Lang, is CXAI available on Robinhood? Look at this. Wow. Here we go, guys. 48.49. This is beautiful. This is like a ramp. This is the ramp. Ramp about to go. The ramp is about to go. The ramp is about to go. Look at this. I mean, that is a major buy signal. You have a major buy signal. All right, I'm going to be logging off in a few minutes here. I'm going to be because I got stuff to do. I got stuff to do. As soon as I log off, it's going to go to the moon. Watch this. It always happens. As soon as I log off, the stock will go to like $10. Okay. Oh, we got a great question. Latin music, trade with the chart, not with the heart. Oh, we haven't seen this guy in a while. Latin United Music. We haven't seen this guy in a long time. I know he was with a lot of our stocks. Trade with the chart, not with the heart. Exactly. Buy the breakouts above the moving average. Gabe Blink is asking, do I put in the order before it hits 48 or wait till it hits, then put in the same? I'll tell you what I would do, and I'm not giving advice. What I like to do, I'm a little bit, I like to be a little bit risky. I like to buy when I see it's about to happen. I like to get ahead of it. And we're at 49 right now. So I like to get ahead of it because by the time it hits that number, everybody's going to know about it. The algos are going to go off. By the time this thing hits 55, that's when the algos start going off. You're not going to be able to, so I like to take a risk. I like to get in a little bit ahead of it. I like to front run the algos. Right now it's happening. By the way, you still have time because look at this. This is like the space shuttle taking off. Everybody thinks it goes to the moon immediately. No, it takes 8.5 minutes to go into orbit. That's a lifetime. 8.5 minutes is a lifetime for a rocket to go into orbit. This rocket is in 2 phases. Phase 1, as soon as we announce it. Phase 2 is after the first pullback. Everybody gives up. All the day traders, the flippers, they get out. And phase 2 is when all the money is made, when it takes off. That's happening now. CXAI, baby. Okay. I got to get to, I got monkey business to take care of. Make sure you guys click the upvote hearts button. We'll give people one last chance to put the hearts button upvote on TikTok, YouTube. Push the thumbs up button if you're watching on YouTube, or the hearts button if you're watching on Twitter, TikTok. Okay, I'm not getting any hearts buttons on TikTok. I'm signing off. All right, see you later, TikTok. All right, we're not putting up with this. We have major. Okay, all right. That's it. We are signing off. Okay, well, don't thank me unless you make money. I mean, thank me when it goes to $1, or I should say, if it goes to $1. We never know. So we hit 50 cents so far. Here we go, 49. We hit 50 cents. The ramp is beginning again. This is the ramp. The ramp. The Illuminati want to be in the stock. Okay, the Illuminati. Okay, the French Foreign Legion. The French Foreign. Look, the French Foreign Legion and Mossad are all conspiring to take this thing to $5 a share. How do I know this? I heard it on the internet. We're at 49.9. 49.9. Okay, I got to hop. We have Illuminati business to take care of. 49.5. Do we get 50 cents? I bet there's people who are flipping this for like half pennies. No, for sure. I mean, it is literally degenerates flipping this for like a penny. Degenerate penny flippers. But we love the degenerate penny flippers. Oh my God, this chart wants to go to the moon. I mean, this thing is so primed. I don't even understand what the volume is here. None of the numbers make any sense. The numbers make no sense. We got 27. Oh, we got 50 cents. Let's go, baby. I feel like a degenerate at a racetrack. You ever see these guys at the racetrack, you know, the horse racing, and they're yelling at the horse? They're yelling at the horse, let's go. I'm that guy. I'm that guy. I'm the guy, you know, the horse is like, you know, it's 100 to 1. That's, by the way, that is the metaphor for our stocks. I talk about it in the book, in 10 Bagger Blueprint. The metaphor is, you know, it's like horse racing, right? Now, you know, I love watching horse. I love betting on horse racing if I can. I bet $5. I'm not because that's it, $5. But I like the ones that have like a 50 to 1, 100 to 1. Why? Because it's exciting. And here's the crazy thing. So with horse racing, a lot of times you see that 50 to 1, the long shot, it pops out of the gate. It's leading the field. It's like, you know, in the first like, you know, minute, it's ahead of everybody by like 3 lengths. The horse is out there. But what happens 90% of the time, 95% of the time, you guys know, by the time, if you've watched it, by the time it's at the quarter mile away or whatever, the half mile, you know, getting close to the finish line, the real horses, the ones that were like the, you know, the favorites or whatever, they catch up, they close the gap. And usually the front runner finishes last. Now, the problem with horse racing is when you have that ticket, even though that horse is 100 to 1 horse is way ahead of everybody, and it looks like it's going to win, you're going to make your 100 to 1, you're going to have a 100 bagger, you can't sell that ticket. I mean, theoretically, somebody might buy but you know, you can't cash it in. You can't officially cash it in, right? But what if you could sell it? What if you could sell it to another guy? Because here's what goes on. You know, in theory, if there was like a secondary market, like somebody would pay for that ticket. Are they going to pay 100? No, they might pay 10 to 1. So you paid, you know, $5 for that ticket. There's a possibility it's worth $500. I bet you there's going to be a bunch of people who would be willing to pay $50 or $100 for that ticket, even though it's, you know, it's because, you know, it's they see it's happening. That's exactly the theory of the 10 Bagger Blueprint. That's exactly the theory of the 10 Bagger Blueprint. You know, I'm looking for these stocks, which potentially could be 100 baggers or 10 baggers. Sometimes they don't make it. But you can sell when it's up 500%. You can sell when it's up 700%. When it's a triple. And how do you know when to sell? You got to get the book, 10 Bagger Blueprint. You got to get the book, which explains the sell signals. So that's it. I'm out of here. Here's the 100X. I'll see you at the close.